Hi Kathrina, it's Andrew again. Welcome to your next essay check. Thanks for getting these in and well done for producing such good looking work. Don't worry about having been busy for quite some time. We all get a little wrapped up every now and again. Let's begin by reading through these and see if we can bring you some corrections or some suggestions in some way. So, nowadays, technology has become a way of life for many people since the inception of the internet. I don't think this is necessary to clarify because you've already put nowadays, but I think this would be during the 20th century. Whether in the workplace, at home, or shopping, the use of technology is a necessity in a variety of ways. So let's not include this, and let's say a variety of ways. While humans are relatively good, I would just delete this word. While humans are adapting, and we adapt to things, we don't adapt on things. So while humans are adapting to, and we're not adapting to the benefits, we feel the benefits, we reap the benefits, we experience the benefits, but we don't adapt necessarily to benefits, not in this case anyway. I would say while humans are reaping the benefits, experts believe, no D, experts believe that this has imparted the new generation with higher intelligence. You don't need this bit either. Has imparted the new generation with higher intelligence, or has imparted higher intelligence upon the new generation. These here, you only need these if you're under the word count, because they don't say anything. We already know that that's what your essay is there to do. So these are really just to add if you are struggling for words. If possible, don't use it. It's not necessary. So firstly, or primarily, so we want to refer to the fact that technology brings us certain benefits, and these benefits are essential. Benefits to, I don't know, personal what? In building, necessary in building personal what? Personal relationships? Anything could be personal, so we need to expand that. Same. So are you talking about personal development, social development, and career development? Because then you would have to be more specific, because you would have to say maybe that it's necessary to the development of one's personal life, social life, and even career. In today's competitive world, most individuals, so there's too many commas here, that's what's breaking it up and confusing me. In today's competitive world, most individuals have adapted appropriately. See, what's happening here is you're trying to use too many words, and your brain is trying to use the more complicated words. So what's happening is you're losing precision and losing accuracy, and it's resulting in some confusion for me. So while words like assimilation, implications, and all of these are great and very specific and very accurate normally in academic writing, the fact that you feel the need to use them means that they're being used inappropriately. They should only be used when you know it is appropriate, not when you feel it is appropriate. Never make decisions based on feelings. So for this paragraph, that would be my recommendation, is to begin to think, is this really appropriate, or am I just trying to impress? I think we need to simplify slightly. IELTS is not an intelligence test, remember. It is a test of how well and how concisely you can express yourself and understand others. It does not say anything about your ability to argue, except that you can do it in English. Secondly, in many ways, technology has likely imparted intelligence to the people of many ages, to people of many ages. Information, no S. Information is never a plural. Information is often accessible and comprehensive through web searches, as compared to the limited facts of research as it was done 30 years before. For example, a study completed by the National University of Singapore shows that students now are performing at a better standard in academia by using educational gadgets such as the iPad as compared to the students 3 decades ago. So we've used this too many times. It now feels like repetition, which means that it is repetition. We're always trying to avoid repetition in academic essays. Therefore, it can be suggested that technological advancement could increase, no D, learners' knowledge through sophisticated gadgets and internet accessibility. That's fine. I want us to try and be more specific though. How does it increase learners' knowledge? What knowledge does it increase? What does it mean to increase knowledge? So we need to be thinking much more about the ideas that we're forming rather than the language we are using. To conclude, from the examples and arguments given, I believe, no D, again, we're constantly putting things in the past tense instead of present. I believe. You believe today. I believe now. If you believed something, it implies that you have changed your mind, which obviously you don't want to do in your conclusion. I believe that humans, not necessarily I believe that humans are adapting positively to technology. So that's great. You've stated that you believe humans are adapting well to technology, but if you'll remember up here, the question is, should humans adapt to technology? Should we do that, or should we do something else? It is not, are humans adapting to technology? It is, should humans adapt to technology? And then, is technology making us weaker or stronger? You've covered that. You think that technology is making us intellectually stronger. That much is clear to me. There is a clear progression as well. But should we? What is the moral imperative? Should we do as technology says, or should technology do as we say? Which is it? It does not say here. So make sure you read the question fully, because if you don't respond to every single portion of the question, you cannot score more than a level 5 in task and achievement. Your coherence and cohesion, lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy will all be higher, I would say 6s and 7s, but your task and achievement on this would be around a 5, because unfortunately you failed to cover the fact that this encompasses the conditional should we. What should we do? Let's move on to the next one. So the bar graph shows the expected travels of people from Mexico, Canada and the USA to 4 major cities, namely London, Paris, Madrid and Istanbul during the year 2018. It can be clearly seen that most Americans will travel in 2018 as compared with other nationalities. Paris is the most expected destination. I don't think that's... it's not quite accurate enough. When we recount data in this manner, we can say Paris expects the most visitors. We need to make sure that, right, because this doesn't make sense, because we're saying Paris is the most expected destination. We expect Paris more than anything else. It just doesn't quite line up with the graph. Cities such as London, Madrid and Istanbul are a lower priority to visitors, scoring 80, 70 and 60 respectively. But 80, 70 and 60 what? What units are we talking in? Is this thousands of visitors? Is it percent of overall tourism? We need clarification as to what your numbers mean, because at the moment I can't see it. The city of Istanbul is expected to be visited by Canadians, with 70% of tourists. See, that doesn't make sense either. Is it mostly Canadians or only Canadians? Is it no Canadians or all the Canadians? I don't know, and it doesn't say so here. 70% of whose tourists? From where? Which tourists? Who are these people? While London and Paris holds almost the same number of visitors or visits by Canadians with 50 what? Madrid is the city least visited with only whatever that is. Mexicans are expected to visit Madrid with, I'm sure it's not 60 people. I'm pretty sure that this graph describes thousands of visitors or the proportion of overall tourism. So this is the highest city destination by choice. By the choices of Mexican nationals, I would say. On the other hand, London, Paris and Istanbul are 40% lower than that of Madrid. You need to be more specific. 40% lower in what? What are they 40% lower of? We need to make sure that we are properly referencing all the data. To sum up, people of different countries of origin vary in their travel destinations. Yeah, and again, more specific. You need to be referring exactly to the conclusions that can be drawn from the graph and supporting it with data from the graph, and doing so in a manner that is nice and readable and understandable. So I think at the moment we need to be thinking about precision and accuracy, really getting our ideas down as well as we can. First think of the idea that you're trying to represent, and then represent it as best you can with the language that you know. And if you don't know the language, find some more. You could always email us to book a speaking class if you feel that you need to take on some more vocabulary. But as usual, when you get the time, send us your completed, corrected essays, your error list, and your new essays to this email address, and I will get them back to you as soon as I can. Until then, Kathrina, have a wonderful day. Speak to you soon.